Okay, everybody. So, I just downloaded this new system into myself. Are you ready? Okay. Oh, by the way, this is Vivaldi's Spring. For any of you that didn't know what the music was. Can you even hear me? Am I talking loud enough? Okay, so, as YouTubers, that would be me, this Adina thing here, becoming an instigator of communication. Hopefully, eventually, everyone leaves this space having learned something new. It doesn't matter if what I said specifically changes who you are to the degree that you start believing what I'm saying, but that you watch the being on the camera and come to some maybe more expanded understanding of your own space, why you function the way that you function. Anyways, but when you leave this Adina space, this particular box here, then you can begin experiencing an exploratory dialogue with someone else. Like you leave this space of learning, because we're hopefully everybody now looking at each space as a space of learning, and go and see if you can get somebody else's opinion on whether or not what is being viewed is creating that kind of awareness. You know, am I learning something more about myself having watched this, and can I express it? Can I say, even though she did this and it's not what I would do, it did help me by saying, why is it that I do what I do though? And can I get more aware of how to better do that about myself? But when you open this kind of dialogue, this is where the whole unity of everything comes into play. It helps you, obviously, and by helping you, as part of the whole organism, the collective one Earth gig, then you automatically are helping the whole planet. You like that? Anyways, but you don't have to feel guilty anymore about anything, really. You're just kind of exactly where you are right now, and it's exactly where you need to be. And the only thing that potentially could help to enhance that is trying to train your brain in every moment to see it as a classroom. Every place that you go, can you see it as a classroom? And share that experience with other people. I think that the more we talk about that as a potentiality for getting down to how to better communicate globally, especially when it comes to this unity thing and how we're still kind of in choppy waters with all these words and spiritual practices, beliefs, religions, the whole ethics and morals thing. Anyways, but really own your space and try to communicate that, not because you don't like something, but because you like expressing yourself, your changing self, as best as you can, by recognizing to learn in every moment. Ta-da! I know, it seems so simple. It sounds really simple. I say it, it's like learn in every moment. But how do you implement that in a system that has to show up to all these other systems? The system of mom, the system of boss, the system of friend, lover, the system of boy, the system of girl. I mean, you're showing up to all these other systems every single day, all of the time, constantly changing into these different forms of how you fit chemically in each of those moments. But if you can keep that one constant thread, no matter what, outside of all those stories, outside of everything I ever told myself was true about being a mother or being a sister or being a daughter or being a girlfriend or being any of those things throughout all of my life, there is this one person that I get to remain the whole time, and that is the student. And that makes things a little bit takes the edge off. Takes the edge off of, I still have my sunglasses on because I came in, I just noticed I had my sunglasses on, by the way, when I looked right here at you, at me, looked at me looking at you, looked at me, doesn't matter, but I was outside and it was bright and it was sunny and it was wonderful, and that's when I came up with this little bit, because I'm trying to, you know, how do I become the best me that I can be? I'm telling people that this is a great thing to do. Why am I telling them this? Because I believe it. To this point, I've come to see a lot about my inner world and how it connects now to everything on the physical plane. By being able to see those connections more clearly, I'm starting to learn better how to actually work in that particular field. A lot of people, you know, take that for granted. They, you know, people just go, they get a job, and they do that thing. And I have not yet, rather, let me rephrase that. I'm just now coming to a job that will sustain what kind of a being I am. That was one of the reasons why I stayed in serving so long, was because the people. I loved the people. I loved all of their chats, their conversations. I loved watching the kids get older, and I loved watching the kids change. Different human, different human, different human. One minute they're choking on their own spit, and the next minute they're sharing their spelling bee challenge 6-7 years down the road. And when you work at a space like that, when you're working with people for that amount of time, you start seeing so much. You start seeing so many different kinds of experiences, not just in each individual human, but I mean, coming in is, you know, a different experience, but watching that human go through all of their different experiences, and what that does to their energy and how it changes them and how they grow from that. But not a lot of them might really recognize that the best part of being a server was not the food. I was addicted to the communication, and that's probably why I do what I do. Anyway, so I was so excited to find this little bit of writing that I just wrote and basically read back to you, that I ran right in here and got right on this computer here, and didn't take off my sunglasses. And now I'm pretty much comfortable in them, so I don't feel like taking them off. Anyways, alright, well, we're at 8 minutes, and I'm guessing that's about it, so I'll just say this again. Instigator of communication. Eventually you leave the Adina, or whatever you're getting, and begin experiencing exploratory dialogue. This helps you, this helps the planet. No more feeling guilty about anything. You are exactly where you need to be. Own it, love it, and communicate it. That's pretty hot. Maybe.